Have you ever wondered, what if everything we learned about Earth was wrong? For thousands of years, some people believed that the Earth is flat. Even today, there are still debates on the internet where some people question the real shape of our planet. But here's the big question. If the Earth is actually round, what is the real proof? Why do airplanes follow curved routes across the world? Why do ships slowly disappear over the horizon? And how did scientists discover the shape of the Earth thousands of years ago, long before satellites and space travel existed? In today's video on Learning Lane, we are going to explore the real scientific evidence that proves the Earth is round and not flat. Some of these facts might surprise you, so stay with me until the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to Learning Lane, the place where we explore amazing science facts and learn more about the world around us. Today we are talking about a question that has fascinated people for centuries. Why is the Earth round, and why isn't it flat? When we look around us, the ground appears flat and the horizon looks straight, so it is easy to understand why ancient civilizations believed the Earth was flat. However, modern science and observations have clearly shown that our planet is actually round. Let's first understand the real shape of Earth. The Earth is mostly round, but it is not a perfect ball. Scientists describe its shape as an oblate spheroid, which means the planet is slightly flattened at the top and bottom, which are called the poles, and slightly wider around the middle, which is called the equator. This happens because the Earth is constantly spinning on its axis. When an object spins, the middle part tends to bulge outward slightly. Even with this small difference, from space the Earth clearly appears as a round planet. One of the biggest reasons the Earth is round is gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls everything toward the center of a planet. When planets form in space, gravity pulls gas, dust, and rocks inward from every direction toward the center. Because the force pulls equally from all sides, the material naturally forms a sphere. A sphere is the most stable shape that gravity can create. That is why most large objects in space, such as planets and stars, are round. If the Earth were flat, gravity would eventually pull the mass toward the center until it formed a spherical shape. Another very clear piece of evidence comes from space exploration. Satellites, astronauts, and space missions have taken thousands of photographs of Earth from space. In every one of these images, our planet appears as a round sphere with curved edges. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station can easily see the curved horizon of Earth when they look out into space. These observations provide direct visual proof that the Earth is round. There's also a simple observation that people have noticed for centuries when watching ships at sea. When a ship sails away from the shore, it doesn't simply become smaller and smaller until it disappears. Instead, the bottom part of the ship disappears first, while the top part remains visible for a little longer. This happens because the Earth's surface is curved. As the ship moves farther away, it gradually moves beyond the curve of the planet. If the Earth were flat, the entire ship would remain visible and simply appear smaller as it moved away. Another interesting proof comes from the night sky. People living in different parts of the world see different stars and constellations. For example, the North Star can be seen clearly in the northern hemisphere, but cannot be seen from most parts of the southern hemisphere. This happens because the Earth is curved. As you move across the surface of the planet, your angle of view toward the sky changes, which means different stars become visible. Time zones also provide strong evidence that the Earth is round. The Earth rotates on its axis, which means different parts of the planet face the sun at different times. That is why it can be daytime in one country while it is nighttime in another. If the Earth were flat, sunlight would spread across the entire surface differently, and the time zone system that we use today would not work in the same way. Airplane travel also supports the idea of a spherical Earth. When airplanes travel long distances between continents, pilots follow curved paths known as Great Circle routes. These routes may look curved on a map, but they are actually the shortest distance between two points on a spherical surface. This is why flight paths on global maps often appear curved instead of straight. So when we combine all of this evidence, gravity, photographs from space, ships disappearing over the horizon, different stars visible in different parts of the world, time zones, and airplane travel routes, it becomes very clear that the Earth is round. Our planet is a massive slee air floating in space, constantly spinning on its axis and traveling around the Sun. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you learned something interesting and gained a better understanding of our amazing planet. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Learning Lane for more fascinating science and knowledge videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video on Learning Lane.